Okay.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, Asta ma'am, Susila ma'am, Radha ma'am, Ada ma'am. Hello, Ashwini ma'am. Hello, Swara ma'am, Jayalakshmi ma'am, Navya ma'am, Anjali ma'am, Suchitra ma'am, Satyarekha ma'am, Sirisha ma'am, Swati ma'am, Lalita ma'am, Seena ma'am, Arnab, Shabnam ma'am, Divya ma'am, Shivashankari ma'am, Preeti ma'am, Rajeshwari ma'am, Sonali ma'am, Meena ma'am, Saranya, Priyanka, Chitra ma'am, Sailaja ma'am, Riya ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Good to see you all again. Hello, Bharti ma'am, Akashdeep, Madana ma'am, Surbhi ma'am, Akhila Sri ma'am, Jaipreet ma'am, Shraddha ma'am, Lalita ma'am, Santosh ma'am, Swapna ma'am, Tanpreet ma'am, Jayanti ma'am, Savita ma'am, Geeti ma'am, Rekha ma'am, Mrunal ma'am, Elisha ma'am, Madhusmita ma'am. Hello all and welcome again.
Teachers, thank you so much for joining on time. We're just waiting for a few more teachers to join and then we'll get started.
Hello Manjusha ma'am, Reshmi ma'am, Shruti ma'am, Pooja ma'am, Pallavi ma'am, Shalini ma'am, Ramya ma'am, Manpreet ma'am, Dasari ma'am, Shilpa ma'am, Nisha ma'am, Disha Kumari ma'am, Yogita ma'am, Saraswati ma'am, Tabassum ma'am, Devika ma'am, Simran ma'am, Anita ma'am, Jayalakshmi ma'am, Shweta ma'am, Praveen Sultana ma'am, Radha ma'am, Gayatri ma'am, Lata ma'am. Good evening all. Hello Sulakshna ma'am, Jigita ma'am, Gauri ma'am, Shivali ma'am, Anurani ma'am, Danshita ma'am, Revati ma'am, Soumi ma'am, Manjula ma'am, Priyanka ma'am, Saundarya ma'am, Monica ma'am, Neeta ma'am, Krishnaveni ma'am. Good evening everyone. Chetna ma'am, Shashi ma'am, Sridevi ma'am, Angel ma'am, Jyoti ma'am, Soma ma'am, Safina ma'am, Moni Deepa ma'am, Anuya ma'am, Supraja ma'am, Sunena ma'am, Uma ma'am, Anuya ma'am, Geeta ma'am, Minakshi ma'am, Usha Rani ma'am, Hansika ma'am, Shrivani ma'am.
Poonam,
Yes,
we are at 335 participants. I
okay.
think we can get started.
All right. All right. Thank you everyone for joining today's seminar and we welcome you all. Good evening, everyone. My name is Poonam, and it is with great enthusiasm that I welcome you to the third webinar of the academic year 25-26, focusing on Oxford Advantage for learners of classes 3 to 5, and we are emphasizing today on languages. In today's session, we embark on a very insightful journey into innovative and engaging learning methodologies that aim to shape confident, curious, and capable young minds. To guide us through this exploration, we have two esteemed facilitators who expertise in curriculum development and learning strategies is truly inspiring. So before we introduce them, here are few housekeeping norms that we will follow. Everyone apart from the presenters are on mute, and this being a webinar platform, cameras are switched off too. This is done to keep distractions on the minimum. If you have any query, it is highly recommended that you make a note of it in your notebook. There is a high possibility that the queries will get resolved as we go through the session. If not resolved at the end of the session, please put it in the Q&A section and our facilitators will pick it up and respond. We are trying to maintain very high quality of connectivity. However, just in case any issue occurs, we will keep you updated on the corrective measures we are taking. If you find disturbance in audio or video at your end, please log out and log in back. This usually resolves the issue. At the end of the webinar, you will receive a feedback link. Kindly take 5 minutes to fill in the feedback form. Once submitted, you will receive your certificate of participation in the inbox of your email. However, attendance of a minimum duration of 60 minutes is essential for the certificate to get generated. If you face any issue, please drop in a message in the Oxford Advantage WhatsApp group or speak to the manager Academic Excellence to your school. So now let us move on to get introduced to the facilitators of the day. We have Miss Sariba Kausar, a dedicated professional with extensive expertise in English language teaching and content development. Sariba holds both graduate and postgraduate degrees in English from prestigious institutions, Lady Shri Ram College and Delhi University. With over 8 years of experience in digital and print publishing, she has contributed significantly to renowned publishing organizations. Currently serving as the content manager for the English curriculum at Oxford Advantage, she plays a pivotal role in developing effective and engaging content that enriches the learning experiences of students. Her deep understanding of language education allows her to craft materials that resonate with learners and educators alike, making English learning more accessible and impactful. Beyond her professional endeavors, Sariba is an avid reader, a film enthusiast, and enjoys exploring mountains, embodying a spirit of curiosity and lifelong learning. We also have today with us Miss Deepa Chabra, a distinguished education professional with over 2 decades of experience in driving excellence in curriculum development, teacher empowerment, and integrated learning solutions. Deepa has successfully transformed educational experiences through her expertise in designing differential curriculum implementation plans, concentric lesson structures, and teacher training programs. As the head of integrated services at Oxford University Press India, she leads with strategic vision, ensuring holistic student growth, enhanced teacher performance, and seamless blended learning approaches across diverse educational settings. Her rich professional journey spans renowned educational institutions and edtechs, where she has played an instrumental role in shaping pedagogical approaches, strengthening academic frameworks, and fostering leadership in education. Deepa's commitment to innovation ensures that learning is not just about acquiring knowledge, but about fostering a love for education that stays with learners for life. With their profound knowledge and unwavering dedication to shaping early education, this session promises to be both enriching and thought provoking. Let's dive in and explore new possibilities in learning languages together. So, over to you, Sariba.
Hello, a very good evening to everyone. Poonam, thank you so much for the introduction. Um, Again, a very, very warm welcome to all our dear teachers. I'm sure you have a lot of things to do, but on a Wednesday evening, you're with us. So we are very, very thankful for that. So today's presentation is on languages. We will start with English, and then I will be taking you through the digital offering, which is our LMS, and then हमारे हिंदी टीचर्स के लिए उसके बाद दीपा मैम हिंदी वाला प्रेजेंटेशन करेंगी. Before we start, शुरू करने से पहले I want to do a small ice breaking warm up activity. It's a very simple question. All you have to do is type in your chat boxes. So my question is, where have you logged in from today? आज आप कहाँ से ये attend कर रहे हैं? If you can write the place and also one special thing about that place. I'm sure it'll be it'll be nice for us to know where our teachers are watching us from right now, and it'll be fun for you guys too, so to which teachers from which places are using the same product. Okay, Bangalore, Ujjain, Chennai, Vrindavan, Purulia, so many different places. So good to see. I think people are forgetting to write any one special thing about the place. Someone said food. It's raining. Someone said it's raining. Well, I am sitting from the Oxford University press office in Noida, and it's a very, very hot evening. That's where I am. So good to see people from all over the country getting together and attending today's session. So without any further ado, I will now start today's webinar, which is on languages. I will be sharing my screen now. I hope my screen is visible. Yeah. All right. So welcome again to the languages session, part of Oxford Advantage Integrated Learning Solutions. Right at the outset, we will start with our English language course. So just laying out what we will be doing today as part of the English presentation, we will understand the different course components that we have, that we offer in Oxford Advantage English. We will see what are the different elements that we have for language education, English language education, and how to use the different course components by going through a complete chapter. I will be taking you through through a complete chapter, so that you know how it is laid out, what are the different features of that particular chapter. And once I'm done with the print presentation, I will take you to a learning management system to see what we have to offer on a digital platform, right? So I will start with a print product. So these lovely covers that you see are the covers for our English books. What is our course component? From grades 3 to 5, we offer 2 student books, part A and part B. We offer a workbook, and we offer a literature reader, which we have rebranded completely. I will show you how in the upcoming slides. And we are renaming our literature reader as My Reading Nook to make it more personalized, more fun, in an attempt to make children inculcate the habit, or rather love for reading. And then we have a teacher's handbook. We will briefly show what new things we have done to our teacher's handbook. So this is the course component of the English books. You have 2 student books, 1 workbook, a literature reader, and a teacher's handbook per grade, for each grade. And what you see in front of you, we have this bookworm mascot. All our subjects have a mascot. This bookworm is the mascot for our English textbooks. You will see the mascot in many places on the book on almost, every page. And if you see the covers here, as for the new teachers, Oxford Advantage is known as an integrated product with a thematic approach. So all our covers, the artwork also is reflective of how what the themes are, what is the integration. We will see in the upcoming slides. So this is the course component of our English books. Right, like I said, we follow a thematic approach. So we have part A, which has there are a total of 6 themes. Part A has 3 themes, and part B has 3. And the theme names are listed here. So there's us and the world, nature at play, our country, motion, people and ideas, natural resources and phenomena, and earth and sky. And on the sides, you can see some fun theme opening page. And now, what is a theme opening page? We'll come to it. These are some lovely artwork, and all depicting the theme that the child will be getting into, that the child will be learning about. If I have to bring down, 3 features that stand out in our books, these would be the 3. The first would be the selection of pieces. We have carefully curated each story and poem in our books, and what has been a thought behind it, our idea behind it. We will get into those details. I will elaborate on it very, very soon. Second, I would say integrated grammar. Now, what is integrated grammar? We will again deal with it, in detail in the upcoming slides. But integrated grammar is just to give an overview. It's contextual and integrated grammar, which helps students remember and learn concepts in a more easy manner. Then, of course, as English teachers or all language teachers, Hindi as well, you would know that the building blocks of language is LSRW and grammar vocabulary. So how do our books cover all these aspects or cater to these skills? We will go through that as well. Right, back to the first point that I had written, the selection of pieces. What you see in front of you are the 3 TOC, or rather table of contents, which is a list of all the chapters and themes in each grade, 3, 4, and 5. So what I would like to highlight here is how a lot of thought has been put into selecting these pieces. So we have healthy combination of prose pieces and poems, and within prose pieces we have fantasy, we have non-fiction, and we have this time really tried to cater to most of NCF, as demands that recommends rather that your content should be rooted in Indian ethos. So we have tried to give in a lot of pieces from different parts of India, I would say. So we have something from the northeast, we have something from the north, from south, from west. We have tried to bring in stories from all different parts of the country. The NCF also recommends that you should select such pieces which explore different genres. So this is the age group, this is the class where children start reading more independently. They start developing favorite writers and favorite books. So this is the time where you really should encourage them to explore different genres. So we've tried to through our pieces explore different genres as well. Here is an example of how we have taken, given content rather, from different parts of the country, from different stories from different parts of the country. The first page that you see is from a poem called Sunset River Cruise on the Brahmaputra, which is from a story from Assam, a poem from Assam. Then we have an origin story. Snake boat races of Kerala. How did snake boat races of Kerala come to be? So this is a story on that. And then the last page that you see is on Indian women's cricket. It is about a young girl's experience of watching a live cricket match with her mother. So, and we have also at the same time, tried to explore different genres here. This is a really fun thing that we tried this time. You know how kids, most of these kids in this age group, they start reading series of books, right? So you have your Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, your famous fives. So these are all series of books. So this time we experimented with one such genre. We have given what is known as a trilogy. So, and it is spread across the three different grades. So this is what you see in front of you are three stories. One is called Too Many Dragons, then Too Many Sting Bugs, then The Diary of a Pet Sting Bug. So these stories have the same characters, same backgrounds, but different stories happen in each of them. So it's like a trilogy. So you meet the characters first in grade 3, and then again in grade 4, but they are on a different adventure, and again in grade 5 where the same characters on a third different adventure. So this is something new that we have tried here, that we have taken one larger story and presented like a trilogy of a trilogy where a succession of events happen one after the other, and split in three different grades. So grade 3 will students will get acquainted with first, then the second part will have in grade 4, and then in grade 5. Now, I will get into the structure of our chapters, how each chapter is structured. So each theme, let's say, each theme opens with a theme opening page. What you see in front of you is a theme opening page. Now, what is the purpose behind it? Of course, it shows the theme overall, our country. Now, as you can see, there's like Varli painting here, which is an Indian traditional art style of art. On this, you will find on every theme opening page, you'll find these what we are calling unplugged activities. Now, what are these unplugged activities? These are small decoding activities that help the learners develop critical thinking and problem solving skills. See, nowadays this all the rage, coding is all the rage, but coding not just happens in maths or in science. So we've tried to bring in coding to, like, say, everyday life, and and use it in different subjects, and we've made the activities very, very grade appropriate. So the activity on this page is a pattern completion activity. They have to see this pattern and complete the pattern on the missing side. So these are simple coding and decoding activities that help them develop critical thinking and problem solving skills. On the theme opening page, you will also find the list of chapters. You will find the list of chapters that are there within the theme. Moving on. So after the theme opening page, you will come to the chapter opening page. Before the story or the poem starts, we have this chapter opening page. Now, what do we have in the chapter opening page? There are three elements in chapter opening pages. The first is a section called I Wonder. I Wonder has, before the child starts reading the story, we try to bring out the main idea of the story or the theme through a simple but thought-provoking question. These are not your simple yes and no objective type questions. These are help develop critical thinking. So these are simple but thought-provoking questions that introduces or gets the child curious about what is going to happen. The whole purpose of this page is to get the child curious about what is going to happen in the chapter. The second section on this page is I would. I would consists or includes all the learning outcomes that are there in the chapter. So whatever learning objectives are, the objectives are there that will be dealt with within this chapter are all listed here for you to look at. So these things will be covered in this chapter. The third section on this page is called I Know. I Know is a simple warm-up activity to us that is based on previous knowledge, and it is done to excite them or make them curious about what is going to happen. So these activities lead the children into the chapter. It's an entry point into the chapter, and they get them excited about what is going to happen. What are they going to read about? So this is the purpose of the chapter opening page. Okay, before I move on to the next section, a quick question for all of you, and if you can type the answer in your chat box. What are the advantages of showcasing the main idea and objectives at the beginning of a text, let's say? Can I have some responses? Any responses to the question? To create interest. Okay. So, do we have any responses here?
Yeah.
Yes. They can learn with enthusiasm, they can connect with previous knowledge, create interest, to make them aware about the concept of the chapter, correct thought structure, sets the stage, focusing. Yes, absolutely. You guys are on the right track. It is to familiarize the child about what is going to happen in the chapter, to get them excited, to set the context for learning. Now, moving on. So after the chapter opening page, the chapter starts. So the pieces can be it can be a story, it can be an excerpt, it can be a poem, a play, a passage, a graphic story. We have really tried to give as much variety as possible when it comes to genres and types of literature. So you will find different kinds of prose pieces here. What you see in front of you is a graphic novel style, a graphic story, a comic book style story on Akbar and Birbal. After the chapter ends, the post chapter exercises start. Before the exercises start, the chapter will be followed by a words to know or a glossary section where difficult words are given along with their meanings. Then we have a section called Did You Know? So did you know, if there are any teachers who have used the older versions of the book would perhaps recall that, earlier, Did You Know had general knowledge, general knowledge, like information related to the chapter or something. But this time we have made it more relevant to literature. So we have given interesting, pieces of information related to language and literature. For example, here we are telling them what folk tales are. Akbar and Birbal stories are considered to be folk tales. So here we're telling them what folk tales are. These are traditional stories from different places. These are how they are passed traditionally orally. So we have this time changed all Did You Know information to snippets of information that is related to language and literature and not general knowledge. In certain chapters, you will find wonder section. These are basically just questions to engage the class and encourage them to observe things around them within their immediate surrounding or their larger surrounding. After that comes the exercises section. So the exercise section starts with the reading comprehension section. In reading comprehension, We move from easy to medium to difficult or hard questions. We start with objective type questions, and then move to short answer question. In 4 and 5, students start learning to answer reference to context questions. In some chapters, not you will find these reference to context style questions, and then towards the more difficult questions, uh, the more HOTS type of questions that encourage critical thinking, 21st century, inculcate 21st century skills. So these are mostly discussion type of questions. Then after the reading comprehension section, we have our vocabulary section. We have a graded vocabulary topic right from the beginning. We have chosen topics that are grade appropriate, that the children should learn at this age. So this is how we've prepared the list of vocabulary topics. You will find this section after the reading comprehension section. After that comes the learn the language section, which is a grammar section. I would like to spend some time here. So, what is integrated and contextual grammar? So, if you see here, if you look at the examples, these examples are taken from the chapter itself. The same character names, the same setting, the same storyline, text from the storyline is taken to explain a new or revise a concept. What is contextual grammar too? So you'll be familiar with how usually grammar questions are given, right? So if it is on adjectives, there will be question 1, question 2, question 3. We've tried to do something different here. Also, this is nothing new, but this is also an effective way, I would say, of teaching and learning grammar. So if you see, we have given the questions in running, like it's a paragraph, and there we are asking them to answer questions so that they learn the concept in a more organic manner, how they connect the concept and how it flows organically in the way you write, in the way you speak, and not just question 1, question 2, question 3. So but you will find all these kinds of questions. Say in grade 3, we have used this in progression. In grade 3, you will find maybe one such question, 1 or 2. We have maintained the numbering style question. In part A of grade 4, we have still used the numbering style of question. From part B onwards to grade 5, we have these kind of questions where they organically, in a particular sequential structure, learn to use grammatical concepts and apply to. So this is what integrated and contextual grammar means in Oxford Advantage, and it is a one of our best features in our English books. Okay, I have one more question for you guys. Why is it important to derive examples for grammar from the text? Like we have used the examples from the story. Why is it important to explain, say, a grammar concept by using examples from the story itself? Can I have some responses? Right, I'm getting responses like many. Okay, they can understand easily to make understand the concept for connection. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your responses. You are all on the right track. It is for better understanding, and children learn faster if they're already familiar with something, right? They're already familiar with the characters of the book. They're already familiar with the story. So when you derive examples from the text, it's it's moving from familiar to unfamiliar. It becomes easier to remember, easier to recall, and easier to understand a new concept. Thank you so much for your responses. So that is our integrated and contextual grammar. So this is just an overview of the extensive grammar coverage in 3 to 5. We have dealt with a lot of topics. It is one of the most comprehensive list of topics that are covered right from 3 to 5. And we have made a progression, a complete progression that starts from grade 1 to 5. So they are learning step by step the right things at the right time, and even in the same subjects they're learning something more with the successive grade. So this is just a overview of all the topics, and of course you have the books with you. You can see the detailed TOC where all the topics are visible to you. Right, after that we come to our next section, which is the say and spell section. Now this is a new feature this time, a new section rather this time, which deals with sounds and spelling. You guys already know how important phonics is, in the language learning process. It is the building block of language learning. So we have dedicated a specific section on sounds and spelling called say and spell. And this time we have really added a lot of new topics as well, and graded it properly right from the beginning to end. Okay, these are the topics that they should know, and right from 3 to 5 rather than 1 to 5 we have made a progression sheet, and these different topics are being dealt with in say and spell in on our LMS. And you will also find on our ebook that we have given audio for this section. As you know, it's important to get the correct pronunciation, get a correct sound for certain words. So for all the topics that deal with sounds, you can play the audio and listen to the correct pronunciation of those words. Then we come to a very important part of our LSRW pedagogy, that is listening. So we have these various types of listening activities in the book, followed by a speaking activity, which is called talk. So within the speaking activity section, we have what we call a fun section called comic adventures. You can use it to lighten the mood, or engage the students. So we have tried to make the comic adventure align it with the talk topic. So whatever talk topic is happening, we have aligned the comic adventures, the comic strip, the storyline to that particular topic in the book. Then last part of LSRW, which is writing. So we have given different kinds of writing activities wherever possible. We have given scaffolding and hints as to, so that you can practice guided writing. So this, if you have asked them to write this, okay, make sure it has this, make sure it has that. What are the elements? What are the guidelines that you should follow? Or we have tried to give all of that. After the writing section is the I can section. So in the I can section, again, all the learning outcomes are given for self-assessment. This the students can attempt themselves, and then you can use this information to assess as to who needs help, who can do it well. You can use this information to say to teach a concept or revise a concept again. The next, after the chapter ends, we have what is called a theme ending page. So there are two sections here. One is life skills and one is fun tasks. So the names are self-explanatory. Life skills are activities that inculcate an important life skill in them, and a fun task is any kind of art integrated activity. So here you can see, in life skills, we're asking them to maybe have a cricket match. It could be between students or teachers or a larger group. And wherever possible, we have given sports integration. We have, NEP and CF both focus on physical health. So we have tried to integrate that also in our curriculum. And so say playing cricket is sports integration. And in fun task, you'll see that now that they have read about a play, they can, now perform a play. You could write a script. We have given some suggestions as to what can be done. And then this becomes an art integrated activity, right? So all these questions are also tagged as 21st century skills, because they do map to skills or lead to gaining of skills that align with the 21st century skills. So this is the theme ending page. Each theme will have a theme opening page and a theme ending page. So that were those were all the features on in our course books. We now come to the workbooks. Our workbook is a purely skill based workbook. The workbook is an extension of the course book. Whatever they have learned, whatever topics that are covered in the course book, they are practicing more in the workbook. We start with a reading comprehension. It's an unseen comprehension, which they have it is usually given in exams. So we have given unseen comprehension. It is all theme aligned, though it is still aligned to the theme. Then the first worksheet is reading comprehension. It will have some sort of a literary piece. It could be a prose piece or a poem. They're followed by some questions. Then worksheet 2 is the vocabulary worksheet. Whatever vocabulary topic that has been taught in the chapter, on the same topic, we have given more questions. The third worksheet is grammar. If you see that, you'll see that even the fourth worksheet is grammar. So we always get a lot of requests from teachers to give extra worksheets and how more practice is required in grammar. So this time we have given one extra worksheet for grammar. So earlier there was one, now we have two worksheets for grammar. So worksheet 3 and worksheet 4 are the grammar worksheets for extra practice. Worksheet 5 is the say and spell worksheet. Again, it's the same topic that will be there in that particular chapter. So more questions, more practice is given through this worksheet. Worksheet 6 covers both listening and speaking. The first question will be a listening activity, and the second question will be a speaking or a discussion activity. Then followed by the last worksheet, worksheet 7, which is our writing worksheet. So on the same topic that is covered in the chapter, on the same topic, we have a writing worksheet. So there are 7 worksheets in total for each chapter for extensive practice. Now, this is something we're really excited to present. This is our literature readers. I hope you have had the chance to see the literature readers. If not, I'm going to take you through it, just a snippet of it, in fact. So we have renamed, like I told you, we have renamed our literature reader as My Reading Nook. And, if you see most literature readers from different places or even ours, like previously, usually what happens is it looks like a extension of the course book. The same thing they're doing the same thing in the literature readers also. They're reading a story, they're answering questions based on the story, some vocabulary based on the story, some talking topic, some writing topic. We did not want to do that. We wanted to go a different way. Literature, we wanted to do something that makes children love reading, develop the love for reading, rather than again attempt questions and do another grammar topic, do another vocab topic. So we have completely simplified our literature readers to take you through it. So all stories now start with a story opening page. Only prose pieces, they start with the story opening page, and we have these two mascots, a young boy and a girl called Katha and Kavya. So these two mascots take the child on a journey through all the literary pieces. So you will see this here, the chapter is Toad's Adventures. You can see the character of the toad here. You can see the two mascots, and it will have a short intro to the story, okay, as a story, who's the author and what is the background behind the story, who are the characters, and a little small about the story without spoiling anything, I would say, without spoiling anything. So all the stories and start with this beautiful, illustrated page, followed by the story. Now, I know the screen must be really small, right now, but I wish you would take up the book to see it. We have done something very, very interesting here. This is what we call expressive typography. So if you see, there are certain words which are made like drawings. Say in golf, the G is designed like a golf ball, the L is the golf club. In tea, the E is designed like a cup of tea. In toast, you can see the O, shaped like a bread. So this is to make learning more, not learning, I would say, reading more fun, so that, enough of learning. Let them just read and have fun, you know. So this is expressive typography. You will find this in all the chapters. We have taken certain words and designed them to convey the meaning of the word, right? So this is something very exciting we have done. We hope the children will like it, and I hope you see it yourself in the books. It would be really nice if you can just see the books yourself. Then we have these one or two, reflective questions, and these are heart questions. These are, what would you do? So questions like, if you were in this character's place, what would you have done? Not comprehension questions. These are questions that, they're mostly emotional responses, let's say, to a situation, and not like comprehension based question. Then after the piece finishes, we have this section called book club. So this is our replacement for all our comprehension and grammar and vocabulary, everything. We have done away with all of that. We have a new section here called the book club section. So these are book club kind of questions that people discuss in book clubs. So if you see the question here, we are not asking them to answer any question. We are giving them a very simple thing to make, which is a story map. So these are literature related concepts, like a story map. So they have to write, they have to make a story map of the story that they have read, and we have given the structure. So what is the name of the book? Who are the characters here? Who is the author? What is the setting? What is the solution? What is the problem? What is the problem? What's the solution? So these are some important things that questions that student needs to answer to develop more to develop critical thinking, not just answering a question answer capabilities. We want them to think more deeply about the text. So so we have given such questions in the book club section that encourage them to engage more deeply with the text. Okay, some other type of questions are, say for example, what are the qualities of this particular of this personality? What are some different qualities? Take two characters and compare and contrast. So we have done away with traditional questions from the literature reader, and given questions that encourage them to engage more deeply with the text and understand more literature related things like story maps, etc. After this section, we have a section on suggested reading, which is, if you like the story, you can read this text by these authors. This is of course done to encourage them to read more, to develop a love for reading. We hope it does help them take up more, read more, and we hope you go through the literature readers yourself. So yeah, we have these are some massive changes we have done in the literature readers. We have done away with the old system where they are just reading and answering questions. Now they are engaging more. It's visually more appealing now, with more fun and engaging and interesting questions. So this is what we have done with the literature reader, or might I say, my reading nook. This is so we saw through one complete chapter, right, which was finding Birbal. For every chapter we have given a fun animation. So I will not play the entire animation, but just take you through just one sample animation of the chapter.
Hello children! Today we will read a fun story about Emperor Akbar and his clever courtier Birbal. Akbar liked Birbal's wisdom and cleverness, but sometimes Birbal's words made him upset. One day Akbar got very angry and told Birbal to leave the kingdom. Birbal left quietly, but soon Akbar started to regret his decision. Let's find out what happened next.
So the animation begins. Right, so you will find animations of all the stories here. I'm just closing it for now. Please watch them at your convenience. Um, Right. So this was our literature reader. Then we come to our teacher's handbook. So very briefly, I will explain the new features that we have in our teacher's handbook. Some of three-step process. If you see the teacher's manuals, we have each lesson or each day has three. A lesson has three parts to it. One is warm up, one is procedure, and one is wrap up. So in warm up, we just welcome the class, give them some warm up activities or a question, or discuss or start a discussion, or discuss maybe questions to answers that have been given as homework. Procedure is where the main teaching and learning happens in this section, and wrap up, as the name suggests, activities that wrap up the class. Then we have this time given, teaching and classroom management strategies. We have listed quite a few, of these strategies that we feel would be very, very helpful for you to implement in the classroom. We have kept in mind different kinds of learners, and we encourage you to go through those list of strategies and see what helps you in your classroom. We have also suggested them in each lesson plan, but of course, you're free to choose anything from that list, and of course your own. So do look at those teaching and classroom management strategies and see if they are helpful. Then we have a section on common errors wherever applicable. Wherever we feel, in a particular concept or topic, they commonly make a mistake. We have given a common error section where this is dealt with, that this is a common error. Let the students know that this is not it. And what is the correction? Then another feature, defining feature in the workbook, is all our lesson plans are mapped to the competencies and curricular goals from the NCF. So I will take you to, I know the text is really small, but do take a look at the teacher's handbook. So here is the list of suggested teaching strategies. This is just some of them. We've given more. And then what you see on the other side, on the right, is a chapter plan. This is again a new feature we have added. We have revamped the older chapter plans. Earlier, they were in a different format. This time, how we have structured is that this is a handy piece of information for you for a quick reference as to what you will be covering in the complete chapter, when you will do what. On the first page, all the concepts are listed, right? All the concepts from that particular chapter are listed. Then all the learning outcomes that are to be achieved from that chapter, those are listed. And then there is a day by day breakup of what you will be doing, or it's a suggestion what you can do. Say on day 1 you will do this introduction, day 2 this, day 6 you'll cover grammar, and on that particular day the things that you will do and the books that you will need. SB is student book. So on day 1, you will need your student book. Say day 2, you will need your workbook, and you will cover this digital asset on this day. So this is for very quick reference, so that it gives you this gives you an overview. It's like a shorter part, it's a small, overview of the complete of all the lesson plans. So here, if you look at it, you can quickly refer to what all you need to cover on which day. So these are some of the new features that we have added in our teacher's handbook. I will now take you to the LMS, and we'll explore what new things we have done on our learning management system. Right, so this is our login page. This is what the login page looks like. You put in your username and you put in your password, and then we sign in. So once you sign in, this is what the landing page looks like. Here, when you click on this drop down, it now says it a beginner 2025. When you can choose the grade from this drop down. When you click on this drop down, you can choose whichever grade you want to you need, like whichever book you are teaching. So let's say I'm choosing grade 3. So once you go into the grade page, you will see all the subjects here. So here is English, here is maths, here is world around us, all the different subjects that we offer. It's here. We will go to English. So here, if you go here, it will give you a small, overview of what is there. There are 14 chapters. There are 782 questions and 98 digital resources. So you click on this arrow button and we come on this page. So when you go inside the subject page, you will automatically first come to the lesson plans. So if you see here, this is the place where all the lesson plans are listed. And here you can see the TOC, the table of contents. All the chapters are listed here. You can choose your chapter and go to that particular lesson plan. So let's explore one lesson plan. So let's say I go here. So the symbol that you see here, this indicates that there are digital assets linked to that particular chapter. And here the time is given and there are certain options here. So this is the player version and this is the print version. And in the print version, you can see the complete lesson plan like this as a whole, right? Like you see in your print book also, like it's aligned like, vertically. Now, what is the player version? So if you click here on this play button here, we go to the interactive lesson plan. So this is what it looks like when you click on from the play version. So if you click on this I button here, it will give you all some basic details about the lesson plan. So it will tell you the chapter, it will tell you the concept on which this is there, then the skills, and then the learning outcomes, competencies, and curricular goals. So everything, if you want to take a quick look, it is available here. Here you can access this information. Now the lesson plan here will usually have a 4-part structure. Whenever there is any home assignment, any homework, we have a fun at home section. So what is visible here? The duration, the suggested duration, 35 minutes. The number of assets. This gives you the number of digital assets that are tagged to this lesson plan. Now, like I told you, this is the warm-up section. These are some suggested things to warm up the class. Then this, and here we also, suggest the teaching strategy that you can use for that particular lesson. Then comes procedure, where the main teaching and learning will happen. Then after procedure is your wrap up, right? Then you can see wherever there are digital assets, you will see a launch button here. So there are 2 digital assets. One, there is an animation as a wrap-up activity. What we do, once the story is done, we show them the animation as a wrap-up activity. And there is a fun at home section, which is the home task that you can assign it from here. Now, how you can directly, there are 2 ways of accessing digital resources. One is from the lesson plans themselves, like this. If you click on the launch button here, the animation or that digital resource will start playing. So here, if there is an animation tagged to it, so the animation will play here. This is one way of accessing the digital resources. Then this was the player version. Now this was basically a sample of a lesson plan. Now, after lesson plan, the second way of accessing your digital resources is this tab. So you can see the lesson plan tab here. Then when you click on the learning resources tab, it takes you to all the learning resources that are there in the chapter or book. If you click on the chapter, that the particular resources from that particular chapter will show. Otherwise, when you click, automatically all resources will show. So learning resources, what do we have here? We have all the concept animation, story animation, poem animation, all the interactivities, all the games, all the extra audio. Everything is in this learning resources tab. You can directly access them here by playing, by clicking on this play button. Then after learning resources tab, you can see the question bank tab. Now we have given a lot of extra questions that you can use to create your test. So we really, encourage you and urge you to please use this resource well in your classroom. These are all a lot of extra and both book questions that you can use to create your own test. Now, what does it look like? There'll be a list of questions here. Let's say I choose a chapter. So all the questions from that chapter will show, and you can even choose the subsection. Say you only want the questions from nouns, or exclamation, or me, or the vocab topic. And this is what the questions look like. So here you will see that the question appears here, the question rubric appears here. It gives you the type. This is short answer, there is true and false. So if you go to the filter here, you will see all the different kinds of questions you can there might be. So there's short answer, fill in the blanks, long answer, matching. You can also see the filter the complexity here, easy, medium, difficult. We classify our questions, the question bank questions, according to the Bloom's taxonomy. So you can also add that filter. If you want to test on a particular skill, you can use this. You can there are other filters like marks and source and mode. So here what happens is, say if I want to all this information is again visible here. So for this question, let's say question type is true and false, complexity is easy, classification is remembering, and marks is 1. And all this information plus some more additional information is available when you click on this button here, this exclamation button here. So you can see which skills are being tested in this question, what is the source, what is the Bloom's taxonomy, what is the mark. This is a quick reference for the details of the question. And when you click on the play button here, this is where it will take you to that particular question, and you can attempt it then. So these are all the child can attempt it themselves. And say if I give an answer, it will straight away give the, if it's maximum mark is 1, scored mark 0, which means I have given the incorrect answer, right? So this is how you can this is what the question bank looks like. And then we come to a very important feature, I would say, on a digital platform, which is the test generator. So what we would, encourage you to do is, take the questions from the question bank, add your own maybe, and then you can use this tool to create your own test. And I think this is a very, very useful tool in the classroom. It will save your time. It will save a lot of your time where, I will show you, I will generate a test in front of you and see, and take you through how it is done. But yes, this is a very useful tool. We really encourage you to use it. This will save a lot of your time. So let's say we are on the test generator tab, right? So we will click on the create test button here. And then the first option, the other two options, generate a worksheet using AI, quiz using AI, these are all work in progress. They will be live soon. You will be informed. But for now, if you want to create a test from the questions that we have given, or from your own questions, you go here. So we click on create test. Right, so we have come inside the test generator now. So this will, by default, it will take you to, it will be class 3, because I was already on class 3. Now you select the theme, chapter or concept. Say for example, I want to have a test on, say, common and proper nouns, let's say, right? So I click on this, I give it a name, say common and proper nouns. This is just a test name, class 3, let's say. Then you give the test a name, then a default section will already appear here. You can keep on adding sections by creating this add section button, but a default section will already be here. And how to create the questions within a section? First we click on this edit section button here and give the section a name. Say, let's say class 3 nouns, right? How many questions do I want? Let's say I want just 4 questions. I want a small test, I want a 4 question. You can keep choosing. Then I click on save. So this is saved. Now you click on the question, add question tab. Now when you click on this, the questions that are there on this particular topic will appear, right? So let's say I want to choose 1, 2. I gave 4 questions, so I have to select 4 questions. So let's say I want to select these 4, then I will add it to the section, and then a pop-up will appear which will say 4 questions have been selected. You click on OK, right? So this test is now made. Now you click on next. When you click on next, this messages section comes. We were earlier on the test details sections where you add all your questions. This leads us to the messages section. What happens in the messages section? This is basically all the instructions that you want to give in the test at the beginning and the end. These are we have kept some sample text here that you can use as it is, or you can customize this. You can edit all the instructions here and even here. So this is at the beginning of a test, and then you can add a message at the end of a test like, well, congratulations or well done or something like that. And once you have customized your instructions, you click on next. Then you come to the preferences section. Preferences is basically a lot of options are given as to how you want the test to appear. Allow skipping questions, number of attempts, the duration of the test, test level. All of this you can customize your test by either ticking these boxes. If you want it, you tick the box. If you do not want it, you untick it. So you can make all kinds of customizations on this page. You make your choices, and once you have filled in all the relevant information as per your need, you then click on save. So a message will come which says test created successfully. So we click on OK. Now, the test that you have created will appear here. This is the name that I gave. So whatever name that you gave for the test will appear here. And this is the test. So you can do many things with the test. You can play the test yourself. You can edit the test here. You can export. It will come as a Word document and you can edit there also. Then you have the answer booklet and then answer key. A lot of things you can, as per your choice and as per your need, you can use these options. And then when you click on this, you can directly assign the test. It will take you to your classroom. Okay, assign to this class, say class 3 section A, it will get assigned. So yes, this is how you create and assign a test. So this is the test generator, and we hope you use this for creating your test. It will save your time. It's a very, very useful tool.
We have shown lesson plans.
Yes, we have.
Sometimes I need to see teachers. Is it clear to Saraswati ma'am?
Hi, Saraswati ma'am. I showed a lesson plan already here. Is there anything else you wanted to see, or would you like me to quickly take you through it again? I will continue. Maybe after I will again take you through the lesson plan once I'm done with the ebook. Now, after the test section, you will find a my book section. Now, my book section is the ebook. This is where you will find the ebook, and we have done a lot of fun stuff with the ebook this time. We have made it truly interactive. How we have done it, let's see. So when you click on the my book section here, it will give you a list of all the chapters, and there are two tabs for each. One is the play ebook, one is view pdf. PDF will give you a simple PDF of the chapter. When to access the ebook, you click on play ebook.
Us and the world. Decode the pattern. I am at the green building with a purple roof. I need to move from window A to B. I have written a code to reach window B. Write another set of codes to reach window B. Hint: there are more than 2 ways to reach there. Start program. Drive right, distance 1. Drive up, distance 1. Drive up, distance 1. Chapter 3: The Smell of Food.
So, you can see how we have made the theme opening pages. They have come, they have come alive. We have added, small animations. We have made it more child friendly, more interesting. So the question, there's audio added here, and there's a little bit of animations happening. So this is to generate interest in the class and, attempt maybe an activity together. So again, to go to that particular chapter, we click on that chapter name here. So here it brings you to the beginning of the ebook. Here you see there's a brief guide as to how to use all the features of the ebook. I will take you through all the useful tools that you can use in the ebook. So this is what the ebook looks like. At the panel at the top, you will see the many different features that you can use, in your to teach a particular lesson. Here you will see the table of contents that one particular chapter will show here. Here we have given audio. There's a lot of audio given for everything. So if I click here, it will read out the name of the chapter.
Chapter 3: The Smell of Food.
Right. And wherever you see these play button, these activities have been made interactive. So if you click here, the child can attempt this in the ebook itself. Right. So, sorry, there was a lag. Wherever you see these popping, icons, you can, these have been made interactive. So you can type here, anything and, engage the classroom. The child can do it on their own. And this is how the activity has been made interactive. Similarly, if there are any coloring or drawing activities, there'll be a coloring and drawing panel that will pop up. Then let's see what's inside. So once this is here, we have audio given for every page. So what happens when the audio plays? When the audio plays, each word is highlighted in yellow. Each word that has been read is highlighted in yellow.
Have you heard of someone who was asked to pay money for just...
Right. So a new feature that we have added for audio is this audio speed feature. There are different kinds of learners. Some may need more time to comprehend, some may not. You can use this to do some activity. So when you click on this feature, it starts at 1. And when you play the audio,
just enjoying the smell of food,
slow it down.
Let us read the play,
right? You can
and find out if anyone has to pay for enjoying the smell of food.
This is as per your need, as per the need of the classroom.
Yusuf,
you can, adjust the speed of the audio that is playing, right? So the green button that here you see this toggle here, this is to just remove the audio feature. If you want the audio, it's already there by default, and when you click on it, the audio icon goes away. Then we have some interesting features here at the top. We have a bookmark feature. You know, you can keep adding your bookmark and save your bookmarks here for when you come back. This is a highlight feature. These are some older features. These you can choose any color of your choice here and highlight the text as per your need. Then this is the page navigation panel. You can go to a page that you know you want to go to, right? For search, you can use any keyword that you want to search. For example, you want to see how many times this character names appear, you will find it all here. Then this is a view page. This is a simple single view or double view mode. If you want to use a single view, you can use the single view, then you have the double page view. Then clicking on the glossary icon here, it will give you a list of all the difficult words and their meanings right here in one place in case you want to access it. I've already explained audio speed. You can use the pen tool here. You can choose the size. If you want to say mark any character or underline any word, you can delete it like this. And then you can, when you click it back, it disappears. Then similarly, you can use the note feature. You can add your own notes. Then you have your zoom in, zoom out. If you want the text to be more readable, you can just zoom in and you can zoom out as well. Thumbnail will give you the list of all the pages, and you can directly go to that particular page from here only, right? Then we have this very interesting feature called Spotlight. When you click on Spotlight, the whole page goes blank, and this one like circle here, you can adjust the size. And you can use this to do different kinds of activities, fun activities in the classroom. One example is if you want them to guess, okay, who is this character, what is the setting, what was happening during this time. So you can cover all other aspects and just have this, and then you can maybe reveal, okay, it was talking to this character. So there are this is just one example. These features can be used in many different ways. When you click on read mode, only the text will appear. Say, for example, you don't want anything, you only want to see the text of the story, then only the text appears when you click on read mode. Then similar to Spotlight, we have this another very interesting feature called mask. So when you click on mask, a part of the screen goes blank. So you can again write like the Spotlight feature, use it for quick question answer sessions or play some games in the classroom. Here, say for example, who was Rehmat Ali talking to? Who's this character? What is the setting? What was he wearing? So things like that. You can and maybe you can use it to hide the answer, ask the question and hide the answer. So there are different ways. I'm sure these features will be useful to you. Then we have one big change that we have done this time are we have made all the objective type questions interactive. So wherever you find objective type questions, you can and the child can attempt it in the ebook itself, and it will straight away give the correct or incorrect answer. As in, it will tell you whether the answer you have given is correct or incorrect. So for example here, let's try to give an answer to this question. Dad has gone to the market to buy vegetables. Let's see, I'll type in the correct answer. What happens? So you type you can type in these blanks now, and I click outside. It's green. It's green now, which means the answer is correct. Now, when we type an incorrect answer, there is a meat section. So it will straight away become red. So it will tell you that it's a incorrect answer. So this is how a lot of these questions, wherever you see, audio icon here, all these activities have been made interactive. Here, the say and spell section, like I said, we have given audio to the complete section so that the children can hear the correct pronunciation of the words. Right. So these are some of the features here, and wherever you see these I'll show you these this two dice that are bouncing. This also has become now an interactivity. The child can have some fun. If it's underline, then you can ask the child to underline. Okay, this is how you underline. You can change color. So all these activities have become interactive. If there are any matching activities, there's not one in this chapter. You can go try attempting a matching activity. When you click on this dice icon, the matching a pop-up appears, and you can attempt the question in that pop-up. It will give you the correct answer or incorrect answer, whether you have given the correct answer, incorrect answer, and the correct answer straight away. So these are some interesting features and very helpful features that we have added in the in the ebook, and we really hope that you use it well in the classroom, especially the activities that are objective, that can be attempted in the ebook itself. We do hope you use them. So this brings us to the end of the LMS presentation. I would like to say to our Hindi teachers कि हिंदी में भी जो जो दिखाया है हमने इंग्लिश के लिए, वो सेम चीजें आपको हिंदी आपको एलएमएस पे हिंदी के लिए भी मिलेगी. ये सारे सेम फीचर्स होंगे. जो जो भी आपने देखा अभी ई बुक में, या फिर आपके लेसन प्लान में, या फिर आपके लर्निंग रिसोर्सेज में, ये सब आपको हिंदी के लिए भी मिलेगा. Yeah. So if you see here, there is this section which looks like a coffee mug. This is the teacher's corner. Now, when you click on the teacher's corner, it'll give you these options: common resources, class resources, teacher activity. So if you, let's see, we want to say get the answer key, the answer key files, the PDFs. So you go to class resources, say you want the grade 5 English answer key. So when you click here, you go to grade 5, it will give you the subjects. So let's go to English, and then you will find the answer key here, the literature reader workbook PDFs here, the listening text here. So the listening text, you can straight away download these files from here. If you click on this, see, it's been downloaded and you can access the PDF. Similarly, if you click on answer key, we have uploaded the PDF of the answer key, and if you click on the download button, it will get downloaded to your system. Okay. Now, okay, this brings us to the end of the English present. So for workbook, we do not give any audio video. There is no ebook version of it, because these are simple worksheets. And also audio is there for your listening exercises, because that is needed. That is the element that we have given. But for workbook, these are simple worksheets that they're supposed to do for extra practice, right? So they are supposed to attempt it on their book itself. So this is the reason we have not given any digital, apart from the listening audio, we have not given any digital asset here. While you, that's the reason. Yeah. So now, if you have any questions, please post. I know you have been asking questions, and Deepa has been answering them very, very diligently. Worksheets separately.
No, we don't chop it up.
No, we do not segregate. We do not separate the worksheet. It is a complete book. We give it as a complete book.
And it is there in the LMS on the teacher's corner.
Yeah, and it is like here. You can see the teacher's corner here. It is available here, right? It is available. The complete workbook is available in digital format, but no, we do not separate the worksheets. We do not, give them as separate files. Yes, we have given answer keys for workbook. You will find them. So I think Jyoti ma'am is asking, if ma'am, do you mean to say, if you want the answer, are you asking about the answer key? Because if you want the answer key, you will find it here, part A, part B. So all the course book and workbook answer keys are together here. You will find part A, course book and workbook answer key here, both the answer key here. Sheetal ma'am, that should not be the case. The only thing different would be the first worksheet, which is your unseen comprehension.
Check the year that, where she's looking for workbook. It should not be that she's checking for the workbook in 2023 version and using the hard copy in 2025.
Correct. So, ma'am, if you've heard Deepa, this is Sheetal ma'am. So, do check if you are using the updated copy, absolutely current edition of the workbook.
Yeah, that this is 24.
Yeah.
Check 2025.
This is 2025. So see, when you go to the, I'll show you. In fact, hang on. So, home. Ma'am, if you can see the screen, first of all, the problem might be that you are using an older edition of the workbook. We have now updated it. We have revised it in 2025. You have to make sure that you are using the absolute updated workbook here. So here you can find the year also, right? So here you will find, we are right now showing the 2025 version. So these are the revised version. It's possible that you are looking at an older version of the workbook here, say 2024. In that case, of course, there will be discrepancy, as we have changed a lot. We have added new, we have changed chapters, we have changed exercises, we have done a lot of changes. So that could be the possibility why there is a mismatch. I hope that answers the question. Otherwise, this should not be the case. It is all aligned. All the content in the workbook is aligned to the course book. All right, if there aren't any more questions, and if you have, do write to us. We have our, excellence managers also. So now I will pass on to our product head Deepa. You have already been introduced to her. So Deepa, please, she will present the Hindi part of our curriculum today. And right.
Thank you, Sariba. And I now welcome Deepa ma'am to take over and tell things about Hindi. I hope teachers have got very much information about English for classes 3 to 5. And this was quite informative, Sariba. Thank you so much. Deepa ma'am.
Thank you, Poonam. Thanks, Reba.
Are you removing your PPT?
Okay.
I'm using this mic.
Just allow us one more second. Just allow us one more second. Go to your big marker. Switch off your camera. All right. So, very good evening to all lovely teachers. So अभी हम हिंदी में बात करेंगे because now rest of the time next half an hour is dedicated to हिंदी teachers. तो अब मैं थोड़ा बात करूंगी, कोशिश करूंगी आपसे हिंदी में बात करने की. टीचर्स जिन लोगों ने हिंदी भी लिया है ऑक्सफोर्ड एडवांटेज का, वो प्लीज मैं उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि वो सेशन में स्टे बैक करें. एंड रेस्ट ऑफ द टीचर्स, इफ दे फील दैट दे हैव अटेंडेड, दे वांट टू लॉग आउट, दे मे लॉग आउट फॉर नाउ. बट हिंदी शिक्षकों से मेरा अनुरोध है कि वो आप कि अभी के लिए आप यहाँ पर रुके. वी विल टॉक अबाउट, हम थोड़ा हिंदी के बारे में बात करेंगे, हिंदी की बुक्स को डिस्कस करेंगे. अब आप देख सकते हैं आपकी स्क्रीन पर इस वक्त हिंदी का पेज दिखाई दे रहा है, हिंदी का कवर दिखाई दे रहा है, एंड यू कैन सी, आप देख सकते हैं उसके ऊपर गुड्डन बनी हुई है. तो जिस तरीके से हमारे पास इंग्लिश के लिए बुकवॉर्म है, मैथ्स के लिए मैथमेटिकल ट्रैवलर है, वर्ल्ड अराउंडर्स या साइंस के लिए हमारे पास ग्लोब ट्रॉटर है, उसी तरीके से हिंदी की जो हमारी मैस्किट है वो गुड्डन है, और गुड्डन आपको हिंदी आगे सिखाएगी. यही आप एक्साइटमेंट क्लास में लेकर जाइए और बच्चों से जो है वो इस बारे में इसी तरीके से अपने चैप्टर्स को इंट्रोड्यूस कीजिए. आगे बढ़ते हैं. हमारी हिंदी में भी 6 ही थीम्स हैं. भाग 1 में हमारी दुनिया, सजीव जगत, हमारा प्यारा भारत, और भाग 2 विच इज पार्ट बी, उसमें है कुछ लोग कुछ विचार, देन प्राकृतिक संसाधन, एंड लास्ट जो हमारी आखिरी जो थीम है वो है धरती और आकाश. जैसे आपने इंग्लिश में देखा कि थीम ओपनिंग पेजेस थे, उसी तरीके से यहाँ पर भी थीम ओपनिंग पेजेस हैं. आप थीम को स्टार्ट करने से पहले आपके पास एक पहेली होगी इस सुंदर से पेज पर जो आपने बच्चों से सॉल्व करवानी है. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. मैं बहुत ज्यादा समय नहीं लूंगी क्योंकि आपने पहले ही इंग्लिश के सेशन में, लैंग्वेज का जब हमने सेशन शुरू किया तो ऑलमोस्ट फीचर्स सेम है. तो मैं कोशिश करूंगी कि मैं इसको क्विकली थोड़ा रन थ्रू करने की. और अब हम हिंदी की टेक्निकलिटीज में जाएंगे. थीम पेज है हमारे पास सबसे पहले, फिर उसके बाद आपका चैप्टर ओपनिंग पेज आता है जिसमें आप सोचो तो जरा में वो वाला क्वेश्चन होता है जिसमें हम बच्चे को कुछ सोचने के लिए मजबूर करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इस पेज पर अगर हम देखें तो बोल रहा है हम क्या करके दूसरों को हंसा सकते हैं. तो हमें चाहिए कि हम ये क्वेश्चन जो है बच्चों के सामने फ्लोट करें, बच्चों से आंसर्स इनवाइट करें, और जो भी बच्चे आंसर्स हमें दे रहे हैं उसको उससे हमें कॉन्वर्सेशन बिल्ड करना है, इंटरैक्टिव क्लास बनानी है. तो ये आपका जैसे इंग्लिश की बुक्स में आई वंडर क्वेश्चन था, उसी को हमने हिंदी का रूप दिया है और उसका नाम है सोचो तो जरा. हम क्या क्या सीखेंगे में आपके लर्निंग आउटकम्स है जैसे इंग्लिश में थे, ये भी कॉम्पिटेंसीज और करिकुलर गोल्स जो एनसीएफ ने हमें दिए हैं उसके साथ बिल्कुल मैप्ड हैं. फिर जैसे आपके पास इंग्लिश में प्रीवियस नॉलेज बेस्ड जो एक फर्स्ट एक्सरसाइज थी उसका नाम था लेट्स गो, और बाद में आई नो हमने कर दिया उसको रिवाइज्ड वर्जन में. आई नो का मतलब है कि बच्चों को ऑलरेडी वो आता है, मतलब वो प्रीवियस नॉलेज यानी कि पिछले चैप्टर या पिछली क्लास में से वो नॉलेज बच्चों के पास ऑलरेडी है. एज वी ऑलवेज वी नो दैट एजुकेशन प्रिंसिपल्स के हिसाब से, शिक्षा के सिद्धांतों के हिसाब से आपको हमेशा सिंपल टू कॉम्प्लेक्स जाना चाहिए, तो नोन टू अननोन जाना चाहिए. इसलिए हिंदी में भी ये गप शप करके सेशन जो क्वेश्चन है वो रखा गया है. इसका मतलब यही है कि बच्चों को ऑलरेडी इसका आंसर आता होगा, उनको कुछ ना कुछ इसके बारे में ज्ञान होगा. आगे जब हम चैप्टर में बढ़ेंगे तो टीचर जो है, शिक्षक जो है वो हेल्प करेंगे बच्चों को फर्दर नॉलेज बिल्ड करने में. आगे बढ़ते हैं. अब यहाँ पर आपका मेन कंटेंट है. माफी चाहूंगी, आपको एक बार फिर से रिवाइज करा देती हूँ. हमारी दुनिया वाला जो पेज है यानी कि थीम ओपनिंग पेज, वो आप देखिए, वो बिल्कुल क्यूरियोसिटी वाला पेज है, वो आपका थीम ओपनिंग पेज है. देन आप उसके बाद आप पढ़ रहे हैं चैप्टर इंट्रोडक्शन, और अब आपका आ गया मेन एक्शन कि यहाँ पर हम क्या क्या कर रहे हैं. तो इसमें आपका मेन स्टोरी कंटेंट आ जाएगा, सब्जेक्ट इंटीग्रेशन भी आ जाएगा. जैसे आप देखिए इसमें अभी हमने एक स्क्रीनशॉट डाला हुआ है दूसरे विषय से जोड़कर. उसमें क्या क्वेश्चन है, तालाब में तैरने वाले किन्हीं 2 जीवों के नाम बताइए. मतलब आइडियली हम ये साइंस या वर्ल्ड अराउंडर्स में कर रहे होंगे, लेकिन उसको चैप्टर से इस तरीके से लिंक किया है कि यहाँ पर भी बच्चे उसका वापस से वो चीज रीइंफोर्स हो जाए, ताकि बच्चों को ये लगे कि वो आइसोलेशन में नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं, वो एक इंटीग्रेटेड वे में पढ़ रहे हैं. बिकॉज हम बार बार ये कहते आए हैं कि ऑक्सफोर्ड एडवांटेज एक इंटीग्रेटेड करिकुलम है, यानी कि इसमें क्रॉस करिकुलर कनेक्ट बहुत ज्यादा है. इसीलिए हम इन चीजों पर जोर देते हैं और कोई भी ऐसा मौका नहीं छोड़ते जहां पर हम सब्जेक्ट इंटीग्रेशन दिखा सकें. कुछ और भी, ये एक फीचर है जिसमें हम उनको फर्दर एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए कि जाइए आप ये वाले फैक्ट्स पता कीजिए, बियॉन्ड द टेक्स्ट बुक वाली बात होती है इसके अंदर। जैसे इसके अंदर अब लिखा है, पता कीजिए कि शहरों में कोयल, चिड़िया, ये सब पक्षी क्यों कम दिखाई देने लगे हैं। तो एक तो इसका एनवायरनमेंट से कंसर्न है, दूसरा है कि जो हम एक्चुअली में शिक्षा के थ्रू जो हम लर्निंग देना चाह रहे हैं बच्चों को, हम उनको एक बहुत ही अवेयर रिस्पॉन्सिबल सिटीजन भी बनाना चाहते हैं। तो इसके लिए इस तरीके के क्वेश्चंस देना कि आप इसके बारे में सोचिए तो सही कि शहरों में कोयल, चिड़िया ये क्यों नहीं दिखाई देती। प्रॉबेबली हमने इतने पेड़ ही नहीं छोड़े कि वो अपने घर बना सकें, राइट। तो इसके लिए हमने बच्चों को ये छोटे छोटे जो थॉट्स हैं, हमने ये इस तरीके के क्वेश्चन जो हैं वो चैप्टर्स में बिल्ड इन करके दिए हैं, ताकि हिंदी का पढ़ने का जो उद्देश्य है वो सिर्फ इसी तक ना हो कि एक स्टोरी पढ़ी अब उसके प्रश्न उत्तर कीजिए। जो हमारा स्कोप है वो सिर्फ इतना लिमिटेड नहीं होना चाहिए, स्कोप इससे काफी बियॉन्ड होना चाहिए। अब जब हम बच्चों से बात करना चाहते हैं, हम कॉन्वर्सेशन बिल्ड करना चाहते हैं, हम चाहते हैं कि वो अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करना सीखें, तो उसके लिए और एक फीचर है जिसका नाम है कुछ अपनी भी कहें। यानी कि यहाँ पर हम बच्चों को अपॉर्चुनिटी देंगे, एक मौका देंगे कि आप अपने आप इस टॉपिक के बारे में एक्सप्रेस कीजिए। जैसे कि इस एग्जाम्पल में आप देख पा रहे हैं, मैं गर्मियों की छुट्टियों में डैश मतलब यहाँ जाऊंगी या यहाँ जाऊंगा। क्यों जाएंगे आप यहाँ पर? फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं बोल रही हूँ कि मैं गर्मी की छुट्टियों में फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं गोवा जाऊंगी, बट क्यों जाऊंगी गोवा, मुझे वहां पर क्या लगता है कि क्या एक्सप्लोर करूंगी, क्या मुझे अच्छा लगता है, या मैं शिमला जाऊंगी, या मैं कश्मीर जाऊंगी, या मैं मनाली जाऊंगी, या राजस्थान जाऊंगी, जहां भी। तो उसके बारे में बच्चों से बात करने का ये एक अच्छा मौका है। हमें चाहिए कि हम जैसे कि हम बार बार बोलते आ रहे हैं, इसमें ऊपर भी लिखा है हमने कि LSRW, श्रवण, वाचन, पठन और लेखन, चारों स्किल्स पे हमें फोकस करना है, तभी जाके किसी एक लैंग्वेज पर कुछ कमांड जो है हमारे बच्चों की बनती है, हम उनको उस लैंग्वेज पे थोड़ा हम उनको स्किल्ड कर पाते हैं, राइट। तो अपॉर्चुनिटी सिर्फ इसी के लिए नहीं होनी चाहिए कि रीड करो और राइट करो, इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी होनी चाहिए, मौका देना चाहिए हमें बच्चों को सुनने के लिए और बोलने के लिए भी। हम देखते हैं जो होम लैंग्वेज हम घर में बोलते हैं, चाहे वो हिंदी हो या मराठी हो या तमिल हो या उड़िया हो, कोई भी आप लैंग्वेज बोलते हैं, जो भी लैंग्वेज हमारे माँ बाप घर में बोल रहे होते हैं या हम बच्चों के साथ घर में बोलते हैं, उस लैंग्वेज को सिखाने के लिए एफर्ट नहीं लगता है। क्या रीजन हो सकता है उसका? कोई मुझे चैट में इसका आंसर बताए। जो लैंग्वेज हम घर में बोलते हैं, होम लैंग्वेज जो हमारी होती है, उसको सिखाने के लिए एफर्ट नहीं लगता। क्यों नहीं लगता? क्यों नहीं लगता? हिंदी टीचर्स अगर आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं तो घर में बोले जाने वाली लैंग्वेज को सिखाने के लिए ज्यादा एफर्ट क्यों नहीं लगता? It is our mother tongue. Every day we use it because of mother tongue. Okay, what else? Because हम स्टार्टिंग से ही वो सारी चीजें सुनते हैं। ओके ओके ओके, कूल। तो इसका मतलब ये है कि यस आस्था मैम, मुझे आपका आंसर बहुत अच्छा लगा। लिसनिंग इज मोर ऑफ द सेम लैंग्वेज, क्योंकि स्पीकिंग जो है वो लिसनिंग से ही आती है, राइट। क्योंकि उस लैंग्वेज के लिए ओरिएंटेशन बनता जा रहा है। आप दिन रात हिंदी को या मराठी को या उड़िया को या तमिल को, तेलुगु को आप सुन रहे हैं, जितना आप सुन रहे हैं उतना आप बोल पाएंगे, राइट। इफ listening is input, speaking is output. Similarly, when reading is input, writing is output, right? Therefore, नहीं, मातृभाषा जरूरी नहीं कि मातृभाषा है तो इसलिए मैं जल्दी आ जाएगी। 2 साल के बच्चे को नहीं पता होता कि ये मातृभाषा है तो मैं जल्दी सीख जाऊंगा। इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट, इट्स मोर अबाउट कि उसको एक्सपीरियंस कैसा मिल रहा है। ठीक है मैम। तो दैट इज वाई लिसनिंग, स्पीकिंग, रीडिंग, राइटिंग चारों पे हम फोकस करेंगे। लिसनिंग और रीडिंग इनपुट होगा, स्पीकिंग और राइटिंग उसका आउटपुट होगा. करेक्ट? दैट्स व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू कन्वे हियर. तो जो आपका मेन चैप्टर है उसके अंदर ये सारी चीजें, लिसनिंग, स्पीकिंग, रीडिंग, राइटिंग वाली जो है वो हमने दी है, शब्दार्थ दिए हैं, क्योंकि वोकैबुलरी की जरूरत पड़ती है कोई भी लैंग्वेज आप जब आप बोलते हैं. जैसे अगर मैं आपसे जैसे आप पर्यायवाची सिखाते हैं, ठीक है, मैंने अगर आपसे कहा कि आप मुझे बताइए कि क्या आप नदी को कुछ और भी कह सकते हैं, तो बताइए मुझे उसके पर्यायवाची बताइए. कैसे आएंगे आपको नदी के पर्यायवाची? किसी ने सिखाए होंगे तभी आएंगे. तो ये क्या हुआ? ये आपका वोकैबुलरी बिल्ड होना हो गया. करेक्ट? अगर मेरे पास वोकैबुलरी होगी तो मैं कहीं मैं उसको चांद बोलूंगी, कहीं मैं उसको शशि बोलूंगी, कहीं मैं उसको चंद्रमा बोलूंगी, तो मेरी वोकैबुलरी बिल्ड हो जाएगी. राइट? देयरफॉर दैट इज द रीजन कि ये सारी चीजें आपको दी गई हैं जो पूरा वोकैबुलरी बिल्ड करने में आपको हेल्प करेगा. और लास्ट चीज क्या होती है? LSRW हो गया, फिर आपके पास वोकैबुलरी हो गया, देन आपके पास हो गया लैंग्वेज का ग्रामर. अगर मुझे रूल्स नहीं पता है कि मुझे किस तरीके से अपने सेंटेंसेस को फॉर्म करना है, मुझे कहाँ प्रश्न चिन्ह लगाना है, कहाँ मुझे पूर्ण विराम लगाना है, कहाँ मुझे संज्ञा की जगह सर्वनाम में कैसे रिप्लेस करूंगी, एटसेट्रा, तो वो कैसे होगा? राइट? तो बेसिकली ये जो है ग्रामर भी हमें सीखना पड़ता है. इसीलिए हम बोलते हैं कि होल लैंग्वेज जो है इट कंप्राइजेस ऑफ, इसके अंदर क्या क्या रहता है? श्रवण, वाचन, पठन, लेखन, शब्दार्थ विच इज योर वोकैबुलरी, एंड ग्रामर जो कि आपकी या हिंदी में जो आप ग्रामर करेंगे. तो ये सब आपका कुल मिलाकर जो है फुल कोर्स हुआ जो हमने आपको दे रखा है. इसके अलावा हमने इस बार 3 to 5 की बुक्स के अंदर विभिन्न साहित्यिक विधाओं को लिया है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लेख भी हो सकता है, कहानी भी हो सकती है, कविता तो है ही, लघु कथा भी हो सकती है, नाटक भी हो सकता है, किसी का साक्षात्कार भी हो सकता है, डायरी भी हो सकती है, पत्र लेखन भी हो सकता है, किसी की जीवनी भी हो सकती है. वो सब डिफरेंट जॉनर्स जिसे आप बोलते हैं, डिफरेंट विधा की जब हम बात करते हैं तो वो हमने इसीलिए लिए हैं कि बच्चों को एक्सपोजर जो है वो सभी विधाओं से मिले, ना कि सिर्फ कहानी और कविता. तो कभी किसी फॉर्म में होना चाहिए टेक्स्ट और कभी दूसरी फॉर्म में होना चाहिए टेक्स्ट, ताकि बच्चों को वैरायटी मिले. ठीक है? यात्रा वृत्तांत भी हो सकता है. यस, एग्जैक्टली, जैसे हम ट्रैवलॉग कहते हैं. एग्जैक्टली सुनीता मैम, बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं आप. मूविंग ऑन, ये हमने अभी कुछ बातें की. थोड़ी सी बातें का मतलब होता है, अगेन यहाँ पे भी कुछ इस तरीके के क्वेश्चंस हैं जहां बच्चों को रियल लाइफ एप्लीकेशन वाले क्वेश्चंस दिए गए हैं, जो उनको उसका कुछ मंथन करके फिर ही उसका जवाब देना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सोचकर बताइए कि रमा के स्थान पर आप होते तो नानी के घर जाकर क्या क्या करते. नाउ दिस इज अ वेरी पर्सनल क्वेश्चन, इट्स अ वेरी रियल लाइफ एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. कहीं से टेक्स्ट पढ़ के कॉपी करके आप इसका आंसर नहीं लिख सकते. आपसे आपका पर्सनल ओपिनियन, आपकी राय पूछी जा रही है, आपसे आपका पर्सनल राय पूछा जा रहा है. तो ये वाले क्वेश्चंस भी हमने डाले हैं ताकि बच्चे सिर्फ रट कर ही आंसर्स ना दें और बच्चों को धीरे धीरे जो क्रिएटिव राइटिंग है, रचनात्मक अभ्यास जो है उसकी तरफ हम ले जाएं. और ऑल्सो हम उनको सोचने पर मजबूर करें कि उनको जो भी आंसर देना है वो सोच कर, रिफ्लेक्ट कर कर, अपने आप अपने सेंटेंसेस बुनकर, वाक्यों को अच्छे से गढ़ कर वो किस तरीके से लिखें. करेक्ट? देन पढ़ते लिखते में आपकी सारी एक्सरसाइजेज हैं, जो जैसे कि आपके पास इंग्लिश में थी उस तरीके से. पहले आपके कुछ मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, देन आपके मेन क्वेश्चंस होते हैं. दैट्स व्हाट यू डू. इट्स अ वेरी नॉर्मल, जैसे आप नॉर्मल करते हैं. शब्दों का पिटारा के लिए हमने अभी बात की वोकैबुलरी का होना कितना जरूरी है. अदरवाइज अगर हम वोकैबुलरी नहीं इंक्रीज करते हैं, शब्द हम उनको और नहीं देते हैं, तो इससे क्या होता है? चिल्ड्रन कीप रिपीटिंग, वो बार बार वही शब्दों का प्रयोग करते रहते हैं बोलने में. और उनके कभी भी क्रिएटिव राइटिंग में, रचनात्मक लेख में कभी भी आपको वैरायटी नहीं मिलेगी. जितना आप मदद करेंगे उनकी, जितना आप उनको एक्सपोजर देंगे सेम वर्ड के लिए, और क्या क्या इसकी रिप्लेसमेंट हो सकती है और इसका क्या इसका ऑल्टरनेटिव हो सकता है, जितना आप उनको उसके विकल्प देंगे उतना ही बच्चे जो हैं वो और अच्छा जो है क्रिएटिव राइटिंग में कर पाते हैं. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट भाषा से, विच इज ग्रामर एंड शब्दों का पिटारा. मूविंग ऑन, वी हैव प्रसार. प्रसार का मतलब है कि आप इसको और कैसे अपनी लर्निंग को एक्सपैंड कर सकते हैं। जैसे कि इस एक्टिविटी में है, आपने एक बोर्ड गेम खेलने को दे दी, ठीक है, इसमें फन भी आ गया, बच्चों को फन एलिमेंट भी आया, उनको मजे मजे में भी वो कर पाएंगे और उनका जो लर्निंग है वो एक्सपैंड भी हो जाएगा, विस्तार हो जाएगा उसका। देन प्रतिबिंब, प्रतिबिंब में है कि इस भाग का उद्देश्य विद्यार्थियों को पाठ की परिस्थितियों को अपने जीवन व आसपास के परिवेश से जोड़कर विचार साझा करना है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपके सामने ये एग्जाम्पल दिया गया है कि आपके स्कूल में बहुत सारे ऐसे सहायक होंगे, मीन्स हम हेल्प्स की बात करें यहाँ पे, जो हेल्पिंग स्टाफ होता है जो कई कामों में आपकी मदद करते हैं। देखिए कितना संवेदनशील टॉपिक है ये, कितना सेंसिटिव टॉपिक है, जिसको बहुत प्यार से इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया है और बच्चों के अंदर, ताकि वो एम्पैथी भी जो है वो वाली वैल्यूज भी बच्चों के अंदर आए। अब उन सहायकों के नाम और उनके काम के बारे में जानकारी एकत्रित करके नीचे लिखना है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं बोलूंगी कि मेरे स्कूल में बस में एक हेल्पर हैं, ठीक है, जो हमें हेल्प करते हैं, हमारा ध्यान रखते हैं व्हाइल वी ट्रैवल इन द बस। कोई और हो सकता है कि जो हमारे स्कूल में कोई सफाई कर्मचारी हैं जो हमारे स्कूल को साफ रखने में मदद करते हैं। सिमिलरली इसी तरीके से और एक्सरसाइजेस कुछ इस तरीके की हैं जो बहुत ही रियल लाइफ बेस्ड है। हमारी ज्यादा से ज्यादा कोशिश यही है कि बच्चे रट के जो है वो आंसर्स ना दें और एक्चुअली में लैंग्वेज को रियल लाइफ में अप्लाई करके जो है आंसर्स दें। स्पेशली हिंदी में ये और भी आसान है क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स बहुत ज्यादा राज्यों में आप हिंदी में नॉर्मली थोड़ा बहुत तो बात करते ही हो, तो आपके लिए थोड़ा और आसान भी हो जाता है ये करना। देन लास्ट में ऑफ कोर्स आप सेल्फ असेसमेंट, जैसे हम आई कैन सेक्शन जो आपका इंग्लिश या बाकी सब्जेक्ट्स में भी आता है, यहाँ पर भी हमने उसको हिंदी में इसको मैं सक्षम हूँ करके दिया है। चैप्टर के एंड में टीचर को बच्चों से जरूर ये पूछना चाहिए कि कौन कौन सी चीजें, कौन कौन से लर्निंग आउटकम्स में उनको ऐसा लगता है कि वो खुद से कर सकते हैं इंडिपेंडेंटली, या फिर किसमें अभी उनको और मदद की जरूरत है। ये टीचर के लिए एक एनालिसिस पॉइंट भी हो सकता है। अगर मेरी क्लास में 40 बच्चे हैं और 25 बच्चों ने लिखा है कि मुझे अभी सर्वनाम का कॉन्सेप्ट में मुझे मदद की जरूरत है, तो इसका मतलब है कि मुझे वापस जाके ये पढ़ाना चाहिए। अगर सिर्फ 2-4 बच्चों की बात है 40 में से, तो फिर मैं वो 2-4 बच्चों का एक डिफरेंशियल टीचिंग प्लान बना सकती हूँ, उनको अलग से किसी फ्री पीरियड में लेकर उनका वो कॉन्सेप्ट डाउट जो है वो उनके क्लियर कर सकती हूँ। सो दिस इज अ वेरी गुड, ये हमारे लिए एक बहुत अच्छा डेटा पॉइंट भी है। अब लास्ट में जाते हुए कि हाउ डू वी एंड द चैप्टर, हम अपने किसी थीम को फिनिश कैसे करते हैं। थीम के अंतिम पृष्ठों में हमारे पास क्या है, जैसे कि हमारे पास अंतिम पृष्ठ में जैसे इंग्लिश में होता है लाइफ स्किल्स एंड फन टास्क, सिमिलरली हिंदी में है हमारे पास मजे मजे में और मस्ती की पाठशाला। नाम ही बहुत अच्छा है, मस्ती की पाठशाला, इसमें और कुछ नहीं, सिर्फ मस्ती ही होगी। तो बच्चों को कुछ ना कुछ गेम खेलने के लिए मिलेगा, या कुछ आर्ट इंटीग्रेशन एक्टिविटी हो सकती है, स्पोर्ट्स इंटीग्रेटेड एक्टिविटी हो सकती है। तो मैं आप सब लोगों से ये गुजारिश करूंगी कि इन एक्टिविटीज को जरूर आप क्लास में करवाएं। अगर बच्चे इंडिविजुअली नहीं कर पाते हैं, खुद से नहीं कर पाते हैं, तो उनको ग्रुप में ऑर्गेनाइज करके फिर से करवाएं। कोशिश करें कि वो इन एक्टिविटीज को जरूर अटेम्प्ट करें। जरूरी नहीं कि अगर इन एक्टिविटीज को हम एग्जाम में या टेस्ट में टेस्ट नहीं कर रहे तो ये जरूरी नहीं है। मुझे लगता है कि ये बहुत ही इंटेग्रल पार्ट है, ये हमारे पठन पाठन का बहुत ही एक इम्पॉर्टेंट हिस्सा है। हमें बच्चों से ये नहीं लेना चाहिए बिल्कुल भी, और क्योंकि अब हमने किताबों में दे दिया है तो बच्चों को प्लीज इसको अच्छे से करवाएं। एंड कमिंग डाउन टू, दिस वाज अबाउट कोर्स बुक, ये स्टूडेंट बुक की बात थी। अब हम वर्क बुक की बात करेंगे। वर्क बुक में आप जैसे इंग्लिश में था वैसे ही हिंदी में भी है। स्किल बेस्ड वर्कशीट्स हैं हमारी, कौशल आधारित अभ्यास है, उसमें अगेन LSRW पर हमने पूरा फोकस किया है। बिल्कुल आपके जो चैप्टर्स हैं बुक, कोर्स बुक के अंदर, स्टूडेंट बुक के अंदर, उसी के साथ मैप्ड आपकी वर्कशीट्स हैं। इनको बिल्कुल लेसन प्लान्स के अंदर कवर किया गया है। किस दिन वर्कशीट नंबर 1 करानी है, किस दिन वर्कशीट नंबर 4 करानी है, वो बिल्कुल ही लेसन प्लान का पार्ट है, आपको पता लग जाएगा। जैसे अगर आज मैंने ग्रामर का कोई कॉन्सेप्ट भाषा से में इंट्रोड्यूस किया, मान लीजिए मैंने कोई भी टॉपिक, मैंने संज्ञा आज इंट्रोड्यूस की, जातिवाचक संज्ञा आज मैंने इंट्रोड्यूस किया, तो जातिवाचक संज्ञा मैंने क्लास में एक्सप्लेन किया, उसके 2 एग्जाम्पल कराए, और हो सकता है कि मैं बोलूं कि इसके ऊपर एक वर्कशीट के अंदर ये क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 है, अब आप इसको होम फन में करके ला सकते हैं, मतलब आप इसको घर पे जाके कर सकते हैं। तो इसीलिए टैग किया गया कि स्कूल में जो पढ़ाया है उसी से रिलेटेड एक छोटा सा आप होम टास्क भी दे सकते हैं बच्चों को करने के लिए, या क्लास में भी इंडिपेंडेंट प्रैक्टिस के लिए भी दे सकते हैं। हमने इसी तरीके से सोचकर ही वर्कशीट्स को बिल्कुल लेसन प्लान्स में हमने इसको बिल्कुल बेक इन किया है। एंड वर्कशीट्स कैन ऑल्सो बी यूज्ड फॉर एक्स्ट्रा प्रैक्टिस, होम फन जैसे कि मैंने बताया, और असेसमेंट फॉर लर्निंग के लिए भी इसको यूज किया जा सकता है। जैसे कि टीचर्स मैनुअल हमने इंग्लिश में देखा था, बिल्कुल वैसा ही हिंदी में है, बस इसका खाली सब्जेक्ट ही बदल गया है और ज्यादा इसमें कोई भी चेंजेस नहीं है। जो भी टैगिंग आपकी लर्निंग आउटकम्स और उसका वापस बैकवर्ड टैगिंग विद कॉम्पिटेंसीज एंड करिकुलर गोल्स, पाठमाला और अभ्यास पुस्तिका के प्रश्नों का उत्तर, चैप्टर प्लान, लेसन, डेली लेसन प्लान, ये सब कुछ हिंदी के लेसन प्लान में भी बिल्कुल अवेलेबल है। ये जैसे एक चैप्टर प्लान का स्नैपशॉट है जिसमें हम दिखा रहे हैं कि आपका ये वाला पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर हंसी की खिड़की 11 दिन में कंप्लीट हो जाएगा। तो पहले दिन में आप क्या करेंगे, दूसरे दिन में क्या करेंगे, वो सब, राइट। कीर्ति मैम, वी विल ट्राई, हम कोशिश करेंगे कि ये जो पीपीटी है इसको हम एलएमएस पे डाल दें और आप सब लोग उसको बाद में रेफर कर पाए, ठीक है। वी विल ट्राई दिस। मूविंग ऑन, लेसन प्लान, डेली लेसन प्लान, विस्तृत पाठ योजनाएं मतलब डेली लेसन प्लान्स। सो डेली लेसन प्लान्स में आपको पर डे 35 मिनट्स को आपको कैसे बांटना है, आपका वार्म अप क्या होगा, प्रोसीजर क्या होगा, रैप अप क्या होगा, उस तरीके से विद टाइमिंग्स हमने दे रखा है। थोड़ा बहुत टाइम अगर ऊपर नीचे होता है तो दैट इज कंप्लीटली ओके। एवरी क्लास इज डिफरेंट, एवरी क्लास इज यूनिक, एंड हर किसी का डेमोग्राफिक्स अलग हो सकते हैं, हर किसी के बच्चों का लेवल अलग हो सकता है। हो सकता है अगर हमने बोला है कि 11 दिन में आप ये वाला चैप्टर कर पाएंगे, पर आपको लग रहा है कि आपकी क्लास के साथ एक दिन एक्स्ट्रा लगेगा, तो प्लीज फील फ्री टू डू दीज चेंजेस। वी अंडरस्टैंड दीज थिंग्स। ये हमारी तरफ से हमें जो बेस्ट लगता है, हम एक नॉर्मल क्लासरूम लेके चलते हैं कि 30 से 35 बच्चे हैं, और अगर हर क्लास के अंदर 20 बच्चे एवरेज हैं और 5 बच्चे मान लीजिए थोड़ा गिफ्टेड हैं और 5 बच्चे मान के चलिए कि दोज हू स्ट्रगल अ लिटिल बिट, उस तरीके का हम मान के चलते हैं, उस हिसाब से हम लेसन प्लान्स बनाते हैं। बट हो सकता है कि किसी की क्लास के जो आपकी क्लास का जो जैसा आपको लॉट मिला है वो थोड़ा अलग है, तो आप उसके हिसाब से थोड़ा इसको मोल्ड भी कर सकते हैं। यू फ्री टू डू दैट। इसमें मैं तो कुछ बहुत मेरे एक्सप्लेन करने लायक ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है, वर्ड बाय वर्ड लिखा है टीचर को क्या करना है। मेरी एक ही रिक्वेस्ट है आपसे कि आप इसको पढ़कर जरूर जाएं, जितना इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं उतना करें, आपको रिजल्ट मिलेगा, और बच्चे जो हैं, आपकी जो क्लास है वो बहुत ही एंगेजिंग हो जाएगी। मूविंग ऑन नेक्स्ट, जैसे आपको सरेबा ने इंग्लिश में भी दिखाई थी लिटरेचर रीडर्स, जिसमें हमने एक्सप्रेसिव टाइपोग्राफी का यूज किया था। सिमिलरली हिंदी में भी ऐसा ही है, हमने यूज किया है एक्सप्रेसिव टाइपोग्राफी को, जितना यूज कर सकते थे। हालांकि हिंदी के फॉन्ट्स में करना काफी चैलेंजिंग था, पर फिर भी हम जितना कर पाए हमने बिल्कुल किया है। हिंदी में हम और एक डिफरेंट अप्रोच भी लिया है, कथा काव्य इसमें भी है, आप बुक्स के कवर्स पर देख सकते हैं। लेकिन कथा काव्य ने इसमें क्या किया, एक एक सीरीज निकाली है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल ग्रेड 3 में चीकू की दुनिया है, तो सारे चैप्टर्स में चीकू की दुनिया की बात हो रही है। और ग्रेड 4 में मेन कैरेक्टर जो है वो मधु की सूझबूझ है, तो उसकी सूझबूझ से वो सारी प्रॉब्लम्स कैसे सॉल्व करती है, वो एक सीरीज की तरह हमने निकाल दिया है। और लास्ट जो 5 है, ग्रेड 5 है, उसमें लड्डूगंज के किस्से हैं। तो एक कॉलोनी है लड्डूगंज के नाम से, और उसमें क्या क्या होता रहता है, उस तरीके की चीजें हमने देने की कोशिश की है। ऑब्वियसली इसके अंदर भी हमने बिल्कुल सेम अप्रोच रखने की कोशिश की है कि बच्चों को क्वेश्चन आंसर्स ना करके उनको कोई टेस्ट ना देना पड़े, बल्कि उनको पढ़ने से प्यार हो जाए, वो रीड करने लगे, लव फॉर लिटरेचर जो है वो उनका डेवलप होने लगे। इसीलिए हमने जो एक्टिविटीज दी हैं लास्ट में, जो लिटरेरी क्लब एक्टिविटीज जैसे कि इंग्लिश में था, यहाँ पर भी वो साहित्य माला है, तो उसमें बहुत सुंदर कुछ एक्टिविटीज दी हैं। जैसे कहानी में चीकू की दिनचर्या से संबंधित चित्रों को सही क्रम में लगा दीजिए, बस इतना ही। ठीक है, जैसे कि आपने किसी एक पूरी जो चेन ऑफ स्टोरी है उसको बस आपने क्रम में लगाना है, इतना ही काम करना है। तो नॉट नेसेसरी कि हर जगह बच्चों से टेस्ट ही लिया जाए। हम लोग आपस में बोलते हैं, जब भी मैं टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग इससे पहले भी करती थी तो हम बोलते थे चिल्ड्रन, आज भी मैं ये यूज करती हूँ, चिल्ड्रन लव टू लर्न बट दे हेट टू बी टेस्टेड। तो कोई एक जगह छोड़ देनी चाहिए जहां हम बच्चों को टेस्ट ना करें। और लिटरेचर रीडर जो है वो वही एक चीज है जहां मैं बोलूंगी कि प्लीज बच्चों को टेस्ट मत कीजिए, सिर्फ उनको पढ़ने दीजिए, ठीक है, और ताकि उनको पढ़ने से प्यार हो जाए। दैट्स इट आई थिंक फ्रॉम माय एंड। हिंदी में मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स दे आर अलाइंड, जैसे इंग्लिश में थी वैसे हिंदी, बट आई थॉट इट विल बी रियली नाइस अगर मैं हिंदी के टीचर्स को थोड़ा हिंदी में अलग से भी बता दूं। आई होप द सेशन वाज यूजफुल और हम आपके कुछ डाउट्स जितने भी थे वो क्लियर कर पाए हैं। आपको बिल्कुल सर्टिफिकेट्स मिलेंगे जिन्होंने 60 मिनट्स एंड अबव लगाया है इस सेशन में। अगर किसी को भी सर्टिफिकेट लेने में कोई चैलेंज है तो यू कैन प्लीज रीच आउट टू योर एकेडमिक एक्सेलेंस मैनेजर्स, दे विल हेल्प यू आउट विद दिस। ओके, वो आपकी जरूर हेल्प करेंगे। थैंक यू सो मच, यू हैव अ वेरी वेरी गुड इवनिंग एंड अ फैबुलस इवनिंग, एंड आपका दिन मंगलमय हो। शुभ रात्रि। थैंक यू सो मच।
Somebody's written in my chat window.
Poonam, to us, you are not audible.
एक सेकेंड, ये तो कट ही गया।
आई थिंक पूनम पे कुछ टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम है। मैं आप सब टीचर्स से एक बार फॉर्मली अगेन आई साइन ऑफ फ्रॉम दिस वेबिनार। और थैंक यू सो मच, जैसा कि मैंने पहले भी कहा, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया इस सेशन में आने के लिए। टू ऑल द टीचर्स दोज हु टीच लैंग्वेज, वेदर इट इज इंग्लिश और हिंदी, द स्ट्रक्चर इज सेम। आपने वक्त निकाला इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका। हम आपसे कल जरूर मिलेंगे। कल मैथ्स का सेशन होगा विद न्यू फैसिलिटेटर। टिल देन यू टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्व्स। आप अपना ख्याल रखें। थैंक यू, अ वेरी वेरी गुड इवनिंग एंड शुभ रात्रि। थैंक यू, सी यू ऑल।